Oh, that's it.
Oh no.
Braden introed it.
He was here the whole time.
We're keeping it. We're doing it live. Hello. I'm not
Hello.
Braden. I'm Alex.
I'm Alex.
I'm also Alex.
I'm not Alex.
Zoom already
good.
ruining our timing.
Welcome to episode, guys. It's an episode, all right. It appeared to be episode 142 of Millennial Movie Talk.
Oh,
I
yeah,
am-
not prepared.
Bow, 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 bow.
Hey, I am one of your hosts, Alex Lamb, joined with another of my hosts, our host, Christian Bianchini or Keeney.
I like the hosts.
The host, okay. Joined by the host, Michael Herman,
Hello.
and joined by the host, the Steph Rillo.
Brilliant.
Hello. You know, Braden said in the group chat when we were deciding who to keep on the show out of you or Braden, like based on the timing conflicts tonight.
We
that
refuse
if
to be in shows together now. It's an ego thing. It's
Both
okay.
divas, yeah. He said, you know, if it's between Alex or myself, Alex every damn time. And I can just imagine him watching this back for the first minute of this. And just the seed of regret.
I
can't wait till he reaches the outro.
I just
Can't
thought it was
wait till he gets
important
to
that we
that.
got a little bit of Braden still in the show.
Yeah.
And you know, I feel like I've achieved that goal for today.
You have.
You have.
Yeah,
You have. It was good.
certainly.
So what are we all
How's
doing?
everyone doing?
I'm the host.
I don't know what to reply to. How have I been or what am I doing?
Which one, Chris?
both.
Don't stress him out.
We got answer.
I don't know. I don't know which one.
Pick one.
Okay, well, I'm doing well.
What are you doing and how are you doing it?
I'm on Zoom and I'm
Right.
doing it through the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? Yeah,
The
good.
Wi-Fi. And yeah, that's all the context needed.
Michael, what are you doing and how are you doing it?
I'm also on Zoom via Wi-Fi.
Taken.
Shit.
Taken.
I'm
You
on
gotta go
this
again.
video chat app via an internet connection.
So, like, you just copy Chris's work and then change it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, of
still
course.
Harvard wouldn't take that.
That's
wouldn't
all right.
want that.
We're not. It's all right. It's all right.
All
We'll
right,
get
Steph,
away
you've
with
done
it
the
this
most
time.
uni out of any of us. What are you doing and how are you doing it?
I'm on the podcast and
There
I'm
we go.
propped up on a tissue box and two pillows resting against another box.
And that's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. And
You do
And the quality of that setup is almost as great as this intro.
Yeah.
I think
my-
it's a bit of
and-
fun. There's
I think it's better.
And that segue.
I say it every week on the show that the Zoom episodes, they're chaotic. There's no standard.
I wouldn't use
No.
chaotic as a word for this.
There's no standard when it
Deadpan.
comes to Zoom. That we do what we want. We're it's happening
Alright.
and we're here doing it.
Well, we're gonna
Hi.
have to bring some energy to the table
Alright.
here. So we're a movie podcast.
We
And
are.
we watch movies. Alex,
we
what did
do.
we watch this week?
Are we doing classic call outs first?
Yeah. start with classic
Yes.
call-out.
All right. Classic call outs.
Class call outs.
Insert music here.
I tried to say it with you. I tried.
I've
Yeah,
actually never watched back one of our Zoom episodes. Is the music done in post or is it just never?
I don't watch back our Zoom episodes.
You gotta ask Braden.
You gotta ask
Oh, great
Braden.
Is it possible
Okay.
for us to do a unified classic call outs, or is it just the technology isn't here yet?
No, we would never. We'd be at it for
Can we
way
Alex,
try?
you do it. Alex, make a gesture as you do it.
It's gotta be
Like
quick.
countdown.
Hang on. All right. I don't know what to do. What's a unified gesture?
Just count
Just
down.
count
with your
down.
hands.
3, 2,
So I can
1.
see the
Yeah,
camera.
me. All right, ready? All right. We're gonna do
So
it
is
on
that
the beat.
3 or after
On the
3?
beat after 1. So I'm gonna go 1. No, I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1. Then you say it on the
Go.
beat
3,
after
2, 1,
1.
go. On go.
Okay.
Yeah.
On go. Are you all ready?
Mhm.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Classic.
Classic
call
call-outs.
outs.
That was a
Now
short
you
one.
guys are a bit delayed, but maybe.
So funnily enough, I felt like I was in time with Alex, but that makes
I
sense.
also thought I was in time with Alex.
Yeah, yeah.
So, do we want to hear something here? none of you were in time for me, but all three of you were in time for each other.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Well,
I
well
like
done,
it.
team.
It's all right. At least the three of us are better.
We
Yeah,
succeeded
everything's
in
better in
something
threes.
today.
Okay.
Anyway, so we watched a movie, and it's called When Harry Met Sally, and it's starring Billy Crystal and starring Meg Ryan, who looks a lot like Alicia Silverstone in this movie.
That's a good shout.
Is it Alicia or Alicia?
Yeah, Alicia Silverstone.
I said Alicia. I don't know. I put an extra I in there. Yeah. What do we think?
Yeah.
So this is one. Is this the second rom-com that we've had in our list, with The Bodyguard being the first one?
Well,
Yes.
Bodyguard's a masterpiece. So, but if you want to put it in the little
Oh, sorry, it's not a rom-com. There's nothing comedic
category.
about the body. Oh, actually, there's a lot of comedic.
There's a lot
There's a
comedic
lot.
about the Bodyguard. Yeah.
Don't get them started, Steph. Don't get
Nothing
them
intentionally.
started.
Remember the
But-
freeze frame ending that makes no sense.
Oh,
And
But
security.
romance. This is like the second real
And-
romance.
and the
right?
jumping out the window.
Mm.
Yes.
What have we
Good
done?
Just the
What-
general jumping.
There's a lot. When he tackled the kid into the lake.
Yeah.
We're just gonna review
He
this
just- he just-
again.
He generally just goes 0 to 100 at least 3
yeah.
times in the film.
Just staring at her through the window, like watching her film while she watches him watch her film on the TV in the boat in the lake house. I forget it.
It's
There's
how
too
he
much stuff.
it's how he commits. That's what it is. It's how he commits. Like right at
Yeah.
the start, he notices like maybe this car is driving behind them a little close. He decides to jump out, run across an entire property, and dive out onto the road in front of it.
Mhm.
You see?
And that's sane. That's
Yeah.
what sane people do.
Yeah, like the action. He took action.
So,
So
this is,
Harry
I
and
think, this-
Sally.
There's
Harry
none of
and
this in
Sally.
this. There's none of
Still
this.
Brian.
There's
Harry
no
and
love
Sally
Costner. There's only
wasn't
Crystal.
as good as the Bodyguard.
Really?
We disagree
I disagree.
from a comedic standpoint.
Yeah, well, the viewing experience was better watching The Bodyguard, but
There you go.
I don't know.
Harry Meeting Sally is objectively a better movie. in my
That's all I was
Yeah.
looking for.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Once again, another one of my favorites we've done. Not the favorite. Obviously, last week Kramer versus Kramer took top spot for me, but this would be up there. It's top 5 of the ones we've done so far for me,
Did
definitely.
Kramer versus Kramer take the top spot? Wow. I
Top
haven't
spot,
seen it.
number 1.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Okay. That's exciting.
This is definitely near the
That's-
top of my list as well.
It's
Found
cracked
this
top
one.
5. This one was really watchable. It was really just like
Yeah.
it was really
It's,
nice.
It was an
The-
easy watch and it was quite wholesome.
Yeah, it made me feel good watching this one.
I think what do you reckon what do you reckon aids that? Do you think it's the
Writing.
casting? Billy
I think
Crystal,
I think the chemistry, the writing, the dialogue between Crystal and Meg Ryan, just when they're out on their little friendship dates or whatever. I think all that's really solid when they're just having their discussions about their different viewpoints on different things. I thought a
Yeah.
lot of that was really engaging and interesting because like most of
Yeah,
the film's just talking, but like
it really
from
took its time, didn't it? It was good in the
Yeah.
way that it took its time to develop the
And
relationship.
even like
Even the structure.
even the major like drama, like the eruption happens so late, like the major eruption, and then it's resolved quite quickly. Like it's all within the last like 20 minutes of the movie, which surprised me. I was sort of like waiting for the tipping point to come, and then like the certain events happen, and I'm like, all right, it's obviously coming soon. And then you see them being awkward with each other, and
It's predictable though, but I didn't care at all.
Yeah, it's cliche, but that's what
definitely.
you expect.
Like-
You don't
I'm pretty sure I got nominated for best writing, which is it makes a lot of sense.
big for a rom-com too. You don't see
Yeah.
that very
Mm.
often.
Well, this person, this is the lady who wrote Sleepless in Seattle, You Got Mail.
Oh,
all
is
of them.
this-
Really?
Okay.
Both
Yeah.
of those.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I always thought of the other two as a child. It's like the same movie in my head whenever mum had them on.
Yeah.
What do you think of this one,
Matt-
Christian?
Look, you could say I didn't see this one yet,
Ah, that's all good.
but it's on my
Um,
hard drive, which is unfortunate.
I think
Right, this-
it's directed by Rob Reiner as well. That was something I was going to point out. And he's
His mum
done
in the
he did-
diner.
He did this as Spinal Tap, didn't he? No, yeah, that one.
Yeah, this is did Rob? Yeah, he did.
I
You're
don't
right.
know. Was that
He
Rob
did-
Reiner, really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Rob Reiner did Spinal Tap. He did The Princess Bride.
So this is the
and all that.
second
Yeah,
Rob
Princess
Reiner
Bride,
film
for sure.
we've done in here as well.
We
Yeah.
like a bit of Rob Reiner.
No, like,
We do,
The only
we
thing,
do.
the only thing I knew about this movie is obviously the very famous
The
diner scene.
That's Rob Reiner's mum. He says, "I have what she's having." By the way,
Is it?
Yeah.
That's great.
Did you guys feel? Oh, I was going to say,
like that
Michael,
initial.
that you were...
I was going to say that the whole initial first part when you're like when they first meet and have that car ride. I think that established like the chemistry pretty well between them, and then obviously they have that whole that diner scene. And in my head, I was like, "Is this the one?" Because I couldn't remember the interior of the diner, but like I was like, "Is this it?" It feels like it's too early for this scene.
I remember because Hamish and Andy went there and did it in one of their gap years.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I think it's a pretty famous place, obviously now to visit.
Yeah,
pretty
the people they
touristy
just
spot.
roll their eyes whenever someone starts reenacting.
Wouldn't you?
Yes.
Um,
Wait, wouldn't I fake an orgasm or wouldn't I roll my eyes?
Both.
Christian, you're a funny
I
one.
just feel comforted every time I watch a movie with Billy Crystal in it. To me, it's Mike Wazowski. So every time I hear him talk, I'm just kind of, it's just, I
can't look at it the same now because I didn't know that before you mentioned it.
You didn't know Billy Crystal's Mike Wazowski?
I knew it, but it didn't click in my head.
Oh,
like it's never never put the two together because obviously I don't think I've really ever seen him in like a live action movie. So I've only ever known his voice as Mike Wazowski.
Really?
Yeah. So now that's put a different spin in my head.
There's also a lot of things in this one that I just really liked. I liked the phone conversations, and they'd go split screen.
When they're watching the movie.
Especially I thought that one was good. But then I thought the one at the end was the best one, where it's Carrie Fisher and her husband in bed, and then they come both sides and they're having the conversations.
Did not expect to see Carrie Fisher in this either, by the way. That was a bit of a shock.
Yeah, Carrie's always a bit of fun. She's actually really good. People just consider her Leia and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, she's such a huge role. Like she's
pretty good Leia.
Obviously, I had to have a laugh at the end of the double date scene. Obviously, they're both like, "Oh, we'll give it some time," and then it's like rush straight to the taxi as soon as one mentions it. Like, what's going to happen. They're going to end up together.
Yeah, well, that's it. You would never go into that expecting it to be like a La La Land ending. Not to bring up.
No, I've always got to fucking bring La La Land back.
Sorry,
can't wait till this doesn't happen anymore.
I think my favorite part about the film was how fleshed out it was. It really just took the time to develop like the nuances and the dynamics. They started off, exactly. And you start off thinking like, oh, they don't really like each other, but the tension's palpable. Like, where's this going to go? How is it going to develop? And because
from the first scene, I thought this was really interesting. From the first scene, like when they're talking and everything, you would almost expect, and then the scene where he talks on the plane, where he talks about how he's getting engaged to his fiance, and he talks about how he's just doing it so that he doesn't have to be single anymore, and like how he doesn't really. When like he's lying in bed with her, he's not really thinking about her. He's thinking about how long he has to do all this stuff for. And then when it goes later in the film and they get divorced, and then Meg Ryan and her person get separated. It's almost the opposite of what you expect for their reactions to it. Like he's really cut about it, and it affects him for so long. With the part before, you really wouldn't have expected that to happen. That took me by surprise, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah, they subvert your expectations and like the stereotypes.
There's like the big argument, like when they first at Carrie Fisher and I don't know the actor's name's place, and like obviously because that's just after he saw his ex, and like obviously he's like just erupting with anger pretty much, and like he can't contain it, and then he has a go at her for just like not like just being okay with everything and not showing any emotion. Like it's like sort of the complete, it's like a gender swap, because you assume that it's the man that doesn't show the emotion and the woman that's normally like very passionate about things.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah,
so all in all, I really liked it.
Yeah, I think I'd give it, I don't know, like as a rom-com, it's pretty perfect. But as like in like when you scale it with every other piece of cinema out there, it's a 4.
Yeah, I'd say 4.
I was thinking it was special when it wasn't like super comedy heavy either. Like,
but that didn't matter.
Like, no, that didn't hinder it at all. Like, I didn't find myself like, oh, I need some laughter here. It's just like it's very genuine. Someone said that before.
Yeah,
it's just like
it's nice.
Yeah, wholesome. Yeah, I definitely say it's a very solid 4.
Good. So you got to spin the whip.
What are you giving it, Steph?
I gave it 4 too. Yeah, like a very easy 4. I wouldn't. I don't think I could push it to 4.5 just because it's like what it's trying to achieve, I suppose. But 3.5 isn't too much.
This isn't the wheel, but first thing I opened Safari on my phone was I didn't know Danny DeVito was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and I did not know that's what he looked like in the film too.
Oh,
that's young Danny DeVito.
That is young Danny DeVito.
Yes, it is. And I apologize for keeping One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest off of our classics call out list.
Braden's seen it too. It's not only you.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to feel bad.
It is fantastic.
Everybody get on it anyway.
Steph's also seen it too. So it's just Michael and I guess.
Okay. Well, to single you two out.
All right. Here's the wheel. It's spinning. Here it goes. Here it goes. I didn't choose this one. I don't think I chose this one. I've never heard say anything.
Say anything. Is that another?
That's a band that I really like.
Is that another? It might be. Are we getting another fucking rom-com? Say who the fuck
it is. It's a rom-com with what's his name?
Oh, this is the one with
John Cusack.
This is the
John
one with
Cusack.
Boombox.
This is the one.
I feel like our bar for what's considered a classic is slowly dropping.
No, this is a classic.
We're going from like great Hitchcock classics to like popular classics.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's got an 85 out of 100. It's got to be
like
good.
this was the movie that like movies that at the time everyone was talking about them. You know,
Cameron Crowe. This is our second Cameron Crowe film after Almost Famous.
Oh, Cameron Crowe did that. Okay.
Oh, he's so young, Cusack.
Yeah.
I
loved him in Hot Tub Time Machine.
He popped up in something I watched recently. He was really good in.
Wasn't Gods and Generals, was it?
Oh, Chris, why are you watching that again?
Yeah, I didn't
Chris,
want to bring it
and
up.
also, why are you giving it a higher rating now?
Because
oh, fucking hell.
I don't think I wrote the review, but my review said something along the lines of like, as a movie, this is like a 2 or even a 1.5. But as a war movie, 3.5. Bring it on. More cannons.
More cannons.
Wait, isn't this the really Confederate one?
Yes, this is the Confederate one, and I've come to more nuances about that. But you know, I don't want to be branded as a racist.
But
I don't know.
Look, there's big
MMT
problems.
Are allowed to give you an avenue.
We mentioned that Jeff Daniels gives too many speeches in Gettysburg.
Yeah, you said you're gonna give me.
They give him, if you count both the movies together, they give him an extra one. So he still gives a slavery speech, and it's very convincing. It's one of the good ones. So I'll give them that. The only problem is the 1 or 2 black slave characters we see is such a poor representation of the treatment of slavery. Like, yeah, so the one of them, pretty much the most prominent slave character is like this. It's a stereotype. It's this big fat cook, and he's jolly and he's happy and he's a friend to one of the.
He's a happy slave, is he?
He's the dumb cook for one of the educated white people, and he's happy. Yeah. And he talks about how even though he wants to be free, the South is still his home, and he will defend his home. And it's just so like, yeah, it's not right. It's not right. You cannot have that be the only representation of slavery in the movie, to be like two or 3 basically, you know, like very well looked after house slaves who are very much
like, I'm sure there was ones that had that mentality treated like that, but like the great majority were just definitely not on that page.
There was certainly slaves that might, you know, serving drinks in a rich person's house is obviously nicer than working in a field like
Sam
hard
Jackson
labor.
and Django.
But you're still a slave. It's still awful. It's still horrible. Like
when I was in uni doing my history degree, in year 3 we had to do a capstone, so we had to write like a mini thesis, and I wrote mine on like historical inaccuracies of films, like of war films, and how they portrayed like why did they change
Gettysburg,
this?
Didn't you?
I did the Patriot actually. I did 3. I did Hamilton, the Patriot, and one other thing I can't remember. And in the Patriot, it's a similar thing. Mel Gibson meets these slaves, and I can't remember if they're runaway or what the go was, but they're kind of like living on an island, soaking up the sun. Like they've escaped slavery, and they live in this like this
Hala.
in this paradise.
Yeah,
And
Living
yeah.
the dream.
And it's kind of like that's not how it was. Not that
Yeah,
like
see, that's like in Gods and Generals. It's like, yeah, I'm a slave, but I love my home and I love to cook. You know what I mean? And it's just
like there are benefits.
ah.
Like you got to take the good with the bad. That's
Like,
not how
sure
it
that
was.
sure that character existed, but
Always
to
look
have that
on the
be the only
bright
picture
side
is
of
it's I think that's irresponsible.
Yeah, well,
That's
that's
why
right,
they leave it.
because movies should be a reflection, an accurate reflection of what they're trying to sort of portray. And if unless they were trying to portray the exception to the rule, that is.
I would say that there is an argument to be made about the Civil War being caused and being about slavery, and the actual people at the time and the individual level of what they thought it was being fought over.
Well, that's right.
obviously,
It
a
wasn't.
lot of soldiers. A lot of soldiers in the North grew up in slave states. You know, there was a lot of people were racist even in the North. A lot of people in the South in the armies were poor people that didn't own slaves, obviously.
It wasn't. It wasn't just about slavery. Abraham Lincoln trying to turn that on his head when he made the speech, but
yes, there's an argument to be made there, and you know, about the plight of rights and whatever, but you can't take slavery out of it in no way. That. Yeah, and also I feel like Gods and Generals goes too far to push the Southern innocence and the Southern
7
ignorance.
out of 10 in your opinion, is that right?
No, he gave it a 6 out of 10.
I look again as a movie, 2 out of 5. Even 1.5 out of 5. As a war movie, 3.5. And it's basically just because there's one great battle sequence that starts with Jeff Daniels giving a speech from a Roman poet about Caesar crossing the Rubicon. So that's freaking awesome. So watch Gods and Generals just for that scene, just for Jeff Daniels' speeches.
All right, we'll take.
Yeah, take his word for it.
I don't want to take his word for it because I do want to watch it so I can see whether he is like full of it or not.
I'll watch Gettysburg because apparently that's actually good.
All right, see, Gettysburg also portrays the Southern cause idea, and you know the non-black and whiteness to the Southern cause. I will say,
isn't Gods and Generals also like obscenely long?
They're both obscenely long.
How?
I think Gettysburg's longer. I think Gettysburg's longer. I don't think Gods and Generals could hope. Oh yeah, Gettysburg is 4.5.
Okay. You have fun. You have fun with your.
The length of Gettysburg. It was fought from July 1st to July 3rd, 1860. Oh, that's not the movie.
I was like, what?
Okay.
Oh, you want to go? You want me to go?
You go.
All right. Well, before we do a bit of what you've been watching further, I thought we could do an interesting thing this week. This is a bit of fun. So Rolling Stone are currently counting down what audience, like public voted, top 25 favorite films of 2021. Now they're releasing 5 at a time. They've released the first 10, and by the next show, they would have just released the last 5. And now what I thought we could do, and tell me to piss off if we don't want to do this, but we'll look at the top 10, we'll look at the bottom 10 of the 25, and then do you want to make guesses for what maybe the top 10 could be, or what could be included in the next 15?
Okay.
All right.
It's just a bit of, let's shake things up.
I haven't watched anything these last 2 weeks, so I'm happy to fill in the silence with this. So
did we want to make a little list and see if we can come up with like a shared what we reckon at least top 10 might be? Just shared?
In no particular order.
Yeah. Maybe see if we can come up with a list and see how many next week we can see how many we got right.
So do we want to react to the bottom 5, the bottom 10 first?
Yeah.
So these are still the top 25 of the year. So they're the 25 best films of the year.
Yeah. So we got 15 to 25. Well,
we've got 20. So we got, I'm about to read off 25 to 16.
Yes.
And then we can discuss 15 to 1.
Yep.
So at number 25 is The Last Duel, which is,
it made the cut.
It made the cut, but that's very low.
It wasn't
that's not what I was expecting to hear first.
It didn't get a very wide release though, so I don't know.
I don't think it jazzed with the common moviegoer.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to take into account. Like, what's
Yeah. All right. Are you ready, Chris? This is going to be fun. Number 24, The Matrix Resurrections.
Okay. I mean, swap those two around.
Number 23, Don't Look Up.
What?
That hurts a little bit.
Yeah. Number 22, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Last year.
Yeah. March
Yeah.
last year. Number 21. Sorry.
I was gonna say June's gonna be in this bottom 20, isn't it?
Number 21
Better
is
not be.
Fast and Furious 9.
Oh,
Shit. Okay.
And the next ones, if it will let me click them, which it will. So number 20 is that Nicolas Cage one called Pig. It's about
yeah.
Apparently it's very good. Number 19, Godzilla versus Kong. Number 18, Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Oh no.
Number 17, Encanto. Number 16, Raya and the Last Dragon. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's confusing order.
This is
It's
okay.
quite a confusing order.
Yeah, these are audience. So maybe I'm not sure if we could maybe the order's going to be tricky. Because
Did you have the list inverted by any
No.
chance?
Nah.
I reckon
Matrix
let's
wasn't
just try
that
and
high.
aim. Let's just see if we can just get a list here of what we reckon is going to be in the top 10. Don't have to
Yeah.
put it
Well-
in order.
Can we have a scribe? I'll get a pen and paper.
Yeah,
All right, you do that.
because
Yep.
June, obviously.
June, yeah.
Yeah,
Spider-Man's
so
going to
we-
definitely be in top 10.
Spider-Man's
Yep.
going to be 1.
Spidey,
Yeah, I reckon
June.
that's James Bond. You reckon
Shang-Chi.
Bond will be up there? Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
Bond.
The people like Bond. Bond always
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
well.
I think you also got to throw in the 2 worst Marvel films this year, being Black Widow and Eternals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shang-Chi will,
definitely.
Free Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Free
think
Guy.
Luke
with
is
how the
I think-
list is, I can see that. Yeah.
Do we think Luke is going to make an appearance?
Yeah, Luca will. What else is banged this year? I'm trying to just look at like
Um,
I'm just
No,
going to
it's
look
confusing.
at things. Do you reckon the Suicide Squad will
Space
make
Jam?
it?
yeah, the Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah.
no,
Suicide
Space Jam
Squad.
won't.
Space Jam.
I don't think Space Jam
kids voted.
won't.
Yeah. Let's have a look. I'm just gonna go look at my
Oh,
diary of my.
You don't
we've
think Power
got,
of the
we've
Dog?
got 8 films so far, by the way.
No, I don't think the audience. I think Tick Tick Boom will be
Mitchell's
in there.
vs. the Machines.
Yeah, that will be in there.
You
Mm.
reckon that'll be in there?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a Netflix release, so it's like
because
be.
these are audience voted, so these have to we have to throw away quality with some of them. They just have to be like,
yeah, what people enjoyed.
yeah, like
Or
I
do you
think-
reckon Halloween will make an appearance? Do you reckon
no,
audience?
I don't think Halloween will. Ghostbusters, I think you'll see on there.
I did. Yeah, I forget that a few of these.
King Richard?
King Richard will be.
Yeah.
Candyman's also a shout to get up there.
Well, we've written 11 movies so far. So we've got, what is it, 4 more?
Read them
Or
out.
more.
Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, Bond, Dune, Black Widow, Eternals, Luca, The Suicide Squad, Mitchell's vs. Machines, Ghostbusters, and King Richard.
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise. I had
Green
one in
Knight?
Green Knight.
reckon-
Green Knight's an extremely accessible movie.
Green Knight. That's the thing. Green Knight is very how you going.
Yeah.
Very, how you going?
Literally had one in my head a moment ago. Now I've lost it.
Well,
See, I
I
don't
mean,
think-
what's highest grossing? Like,
Oh,
highest
Cruella.
Cruella.
Ah,
Oh shit!
yeah,
Yeah, I forgot
Cruella.
that came out. Do you reckon? Oh no, Conjuring surely wouldn't make it up. Nah.
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
put nobody in there.
No, the Conjuring slap. The sequels. People like through on
I know.
them.
I know people froth the Conjuring, but yeah.
Oh, In the Heights.
Right.
Good one. Oh, the one I was.
So now we're
Drake.
over.
I was gonna say I would say Mortal Kombat, but I think a lot of people were disappointed by that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at 16, so something's got to go.
Red Notice
Any others?
was the most
I was
watched.
gonna say
Netflix film
any others
ever.
that we can brainstorm and then we can always eliminate off the list.
Did you say Tick Tick Boom? You want a Tick Tick Boom on there?
Yeah,
I don't feel like Tick Tick Boom's going to make it on. But
I think it will.
It's
People,
got
it was on
that,
Netflix. It was very accessible.
That Spidey
Yeah.
push for Andrew.
Yeah.
But if we're going by that logic, like Godzilla versus Kong, or like these really high-grossing films,
Yeah,
were
but
only
some people
the low
still
end of the
too,
spectrum.
and some people. So you got to consider it like this. It's
Have
like,
we put June on the list, by the way?
yeah, June's
Yeah.
Yeah,
on
of
there.
course. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But like, yeah, I guess that's true. But at the same time, you got to like, these people have voted on Rolling Stone Film Magazine. So like, you got to take into consideration that some some real films might slip in.
Okay.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Well, look, we've got two that we need to cull. I would be saying to cull Conjuring and potentially Mitchell's versus Machines.
No, people love Mitchell's.
Or then Jungle Cruise or Cruella.
See,
Was Jungle Cruise that much hype when it came?
That's it. I feel like
it's
that
because
kind of
there's
passed
Emily
by
Blunt
us.
and the Rock. It's the Rock though.
Yeah. The Rock pulls audiences.
I think
Nobody.
people like Nobody. That's the thing, though.
Well, there's people don't like
I
two
know,
of these.
I
that we've
know.
got written down.
I don't know. I feel like
maybe get rid of the Conjuring. Maybe get rid of the Conjuring.
No, I get rid of Nobody before The Conjuring.
Alright.
We get rid of
Oh,
both.
Yeah, get rid of Nobody. I reckon The Conjuring at like
Yeah,
this,
because I think there's just a big fan, but like a lot of people
fan
just-
base. Yeah, the fan base aspect
Conjuring, yeah.
makes
Mhm.
Conjuring stronger.
I'm
But, like-
almost certain In the Heights has made it in.
But I throw West Side Story out there too.
Shit, yeah.
I don't know.
Spielberg, big budget musical.
But it was
Is
late.
everyone into
It was late,
musicals?
though. It was late in the year.
Is it?
So
is
yeah,
it-
but the thing
So
is,
was
we've
Spider
already-
Man.
Yeah, but Spider-Man.
do you reckon all three Marvel will get in?
Yeah.
yeah.
If anything, it'll be Eternals that wouldn't get in.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
But we're saying that Matrix got in, so it should be.
Yeah.
yeah, that's there.
And don't
The-
look
Yeah,
up.
it's
It's
gonna be with
23.
popcorn.
The first 10 is really made it hard.
That's the thing.
Like,
It's like stuff like
That's
Don't Look
the
Up.
standard of where we are.
But
Yeah, so I'm
Encanto
thinking-
came in so
and then,
low.
like, yeah,
So
Could go
low.
either way. I would just
But with Encanto and Raya coming in so low, like makes me question Luca. Like, I don't doubt that is a really good film, but like,
I'm sure Luca's gone in. Luca's
yeah,
better
It's
reviewed.
Pixar.
And it's
yeah,
Pixar.
that's true.
I
Yeah,
think Encanto's better reviewed than Luca.
I think Luca might be, but I'm not sure. I mean, I'm on my phone, so I can't check.
I can have a look.
What do we think the top 5 is going to be?
Spider-Man,
Spidey, June.
Spidey,
June.
Shang-Chi probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we haven't
Bond,
even put it.
perhaps.
Oh,
Shang-Chi followed by a bra.
We're
And
gonna-
followed by June.
We got to think about this though. Are they going to include Bo Burnham's thing?
Nah, and that
Nah,
wouldn't.
not in a major thing like that. I wouldn't think.
So Luca's currently sitting on 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's have.
What's
a
the
look
average
at
score though?
it.
If you just click the percentage, it should tell you.
Oop, I will be back.
Yeah.
He will be back.
Oh, so audience score is 86%.
Okay, give me 1 sec. Okay, let's have a look. Luke, yep, 91% Rotten Tomatoes, 71 on Metacritic. And that's an average of
7.5.
7.3 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes. Encanto. Are we ready? I don't think we're ready. Oh,
Is it just beat it out?
just out. But it's got a higher overall score. Like it's got a Luca had a 7.3 out of 10. Encanto's got a 7.5 out of 10.
So how does that work if the score is lower?
More people could have reviewed Luca than they reviewed Encanto.
Well, how many reviews do you have for?
For Encanto?
Yeah.
Encanto, I have. Are we ready? Also, it has a high Metacritic. 183.
285 for Luca.
An extra 100.
Okay.
So that was a bit of fun.
I-
Hopefully next week we tune in and we'll find out.
Well,
So which two
that
did we
says
cull?
something,
Which
though.
two
If
did we
more
cull?
People have reviewed Luca, and if Luca has a higher score, not higher average, but if it's that more people are watching it as well and rating it highly, it very well may make it into the top.
Yeah, that's true. So what have we've culled Nobody. What was the other one we got rid of?
I put a cross through The Conjuring, but then a little star next to it to put it back in because I'm writing on permanent. I can't just.
Yeah.
But that's brought us to 15. Unless you want to get rid of King Richard, or
I think out of
Jungle
all the
Cruise or
Oscar
Cruella.
films, King Richard's going to be the most popular with people.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't dream of putting anything like Power of the Dog on there.
No.
Or
Power of the Dog's getting a lot of hype though.
it's going to win Best Picture.
That's what they say.
It's
That's what they
cool,
say.
man.
I think it's between two movies for me. It's between Power of the Dog and West Side Story.
I don't think West Side Story will win.
I haven't
I
seen
have to
either,
see
so
what
I
else
can't
is
make
there.
a judgment here.
Do you
Might
think
win
No Man
for
was going to
what?
win? Nomadland was going to win?
No, I didn't.
Academy Award, man. It's Spielberg. It's a musical. It's a remake of an old film.
Yeah,
It's
but
set
they're
in
going to
olden
get
times.
themselves
I
in the
love
hot
that
water
shit.
with Ansel Elgort. They're not going to do that.
They won't. They won't stop them. They just won't invite him
Okay.
to the ceremony.
Oh.
Is that
Yeah.
works?
Fair point.
They don't give a shit. Do you
so
think? What? Sorry.
I was just gonna go back to the list. I was gonna say we're getting rid of Conjuring and Nobody and keeping it how we've got it then with the other 15.
Now
So what do we
rethinking-
got?
I'm now rethinking Tick Tick Boom though.
I'm rethinking Tick Tick Boom.
But
Yeah,
it's
maybe-
the Garfield. People loved Garfield this year. There was a lot of talk
Yeah,
about
and
it.
I'm
too.
wondering-
But who's
I'm
voting
wondering-
in Rolling Stone magazine? Think about their target audience.
I don't. The
feel like
Garfield power is strong.
I'm wondering.
yeah.
I'm wondering if, especially off the back of Spider-Man, if people went and watched Tick Tick Boom
Exactly.
after.
I essentially watched it off the back of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I needed me Garfix.
What else do we have on there that's pretty sketchy?
yeah. Just go down
I
the
reckon-
list, and we'll have a.
All right. Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, Bond, Dune, Black Widow, Eternals, Luca, The Suicide Squad, Mitchells versus Machines, Ghostbusters.
No, that'll stay. That'll be on there. If Matrix is on there, Ghostbusters will be on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
King Richard, Jungle Cruise. I'm a bit iffy on.
Yeah, Jungle
Cruella.
Cruise. I'm thinking now.
Bit iffy on Cruella as well. Maybe because it came out so like early last year. I'm kind of like,
I'd rather
That's
get
more
rid
my
of Jungle
thinking.
Cruise
That's more
than
my thinking
Cruella.
on Jungle Cruise. I feel like the hype as well, and it's not one of those. Not got huge staying
It's-
power.
Well,
it's
yeah.
the
To
one
be
to
fair, I
write
haven't.
off.
I haven't gone
No.
and watched Jungle Cruise.
It's
off
not
No
a
one's
classic
talking about
thing,
Jungle
yeah.
Cruise.
exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
pull off the
Take that
radar.
one
All
off.
right, Jungle Cruise is gone. So then Cruella, Conjuring, Nobody. We're going to get rid of Nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Heights and Tick Tick Boom.
You know what's gonna happen? Next week we're gonna look at this list and we're gonna be like, wow, we have no faith in people.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Top 10 is
No.
gonna be Power of the Dog, Belfast, Licorice Pizza,
Belfast.
West Side Story,
Green Knight.
The Green Knight. and we're
Watch
just gonna be
Spider-Man.
like,
Not even. Watch Spider-Man be number 10. Off the back of
Spider-Man
this. Watch-
number 11. Just
Oh,
honorable
yeah.
mention, Spider-Man
Like
No Way
no,
Home.
no matter which way the list goes, I believe Spider-Man will be number one.
Spider-Man will be
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah.
And June will be second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
And I
I'm
think-
not as confident on. Maybe a top 5 spot for June.
I think June will be second. There's not much else this year that people loved and like
Yeah.
people.
Oh, what about
people
the French
act-
Dispatch?
Nah.
Say what you want. Like a lot of people liked it. It's
Again, if
Wes Anderson. Do you think
if
Wes Anderson's
that's-
not making the list?
if that's up there, faith in humanity restored.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't think
saying,
it will be up there.
Steph, who do you think the
that
Rolling
one
Stones
Wes
target
Anderson
audience
movie-
is?
The one, well, Rolling Stone. I mean, like, I just feel like the one Wes Anderson movie that came out this year is going to have to make the list if they're putting 4 Marvel films in.
You don't,
I don't-
these are the audience voting though. These it's
Yeah, I
not
don't
them
agree with the
doing it.
logic that just because they gave 4 Marvels, they're gonna let the other one.
Oh, well, I know, but I
Like,
mean, just
people
like,
eat those up.
I don't know. I would like, for the record, I think French Dispatch would be on here somewhere.
I don't
I
think
would
it will
put
be.
French Dispatch above Cruella, for instance.
I think Tick Tick Boom
I'm-
will be on there before French Dispatch.
I'm with Alex that French Dispatch certainly deserves a spot, but I don't think it will be.
Alex
I don't
doesn't
know,
think it
yeah.
deserves a spot.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I watched that
Alex
movie.
just
I did
does
not like it.
think that.
Oh, okay.
I liked 1/3 of that movie.
I think it will be on there. I think it will be on there, and if anything, it will replace Cruella. That's what I would say, or The Conjuring.
I thought it was
Surely,
The
French
Conjuring.
Dispatch.
I
over
just reckon
Conjuring.
people eat up the Conjuring, so I feel like
Yeah, I want to
But
keep
no
the
one really
Conjuring on there.
liked this Conjuring. It didn't.
yeah,
get
but that doesn't.
I
I
mean,
don't think that matters. I think it's just
Does,
like
doesn't
people-
it? What are they rating it on? Are we rating it on the movies? If the audience is rating what they liked,
they're comparing it to the second one. Wait, wasn't there another one in between called Just the Nun or something?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Conjuring films.
That's true.
There's
It's-
3
I don't think
still
Annabelle.
going-
Conjuring-
there's 3 Annabelle's films alone. Then there's 3 Conjurings, and there's The Nun and Curse of La Llorona. There is 9 Conjuring films.
Given the quality of the Conjuring film that came out this last year, if it was going to be on the list somewhere, it would have been in the bottom 10 for sure. I reckon French Dispatch, and French Dispatch not getting on there. I don't think they would let that happen.
I'll be happy to be proved wrong, but I just feel like if it's just audience, I feel like there's a people that just thrive off of those films.
Wes
if it didn't
Anderson's a
sell
very
Alex.
specific. Wes Anderson is a very specific audience as well. It's not. It's
Timothy
like
Chalamet.
they saw him.
He's
in
in a
June,
lot of
that
the
was
other
enough.
movies. Yeah.
They saw him in June. That was enough for them.
All right. Well, I'm stating that for the record. My hands clean. This is a democracy. We can put whatever you want on the list, but I do think French Dispatch should be on there.
I guess we'll find out next week.
Give you $1 if I'm wrong.
You will have a Totoso Rats.
What?
I told you so, but it's a Trailer Park Boys joke. Don't worry.
Oh,
thought you
sorry.
said
He says everything wrong. He says, I told her so. I'm not going to be the one to say I told her so, but I told her so, guys. I told her so.
Canadians.
All right. Do we want to do a quick? Has anyone been watching anything notable?
Me and Gemma watched Prisoners last week.
What'd you think? Have you seen that before?
No, I had not heard about it. I'd seen the title card pop up on Netflix, and then not really until Alex was talking about it last week did I really know. Holy fuck!
How do you rate that
Paul
torture?
Dano,
How do you rate that?
Jake Gyllenhaal? Yeah.
Best
Great.
Denis Villeneuve film, in my opinion. It's number 1.
Very good movie.
I can agree. That's some of the best acting I've seen from them two ever. Like they both just the scene where he's smashing the keyboard, Gyllenhaal smashing the keyboard up, and that
Dude,
whole
when they do the
movie
reveal, because we've all seen it here, so I can spoil it.
Yeah, the ending.
When they not even that, but the reveal of what Dano's face looks like. After you see Jackman beating up on him, it's just like it's just like he can't open his eyes or anything. It's just like it's great makeup, but it's gross makeup.
I also didn't like. I don't know if I just wasn't thinking about it as much. Like I wasn't trying to piece it in my head as much. I was just sort of just watching the movie, but I didn't see the twist coming of who it was. It's not who I would have thought it was.
I watched it.
It makes it so hard to have a perspective on him, your feelings on him at the end. You're like, oh well, he's just been fucked up from being abducted. Like,
I when I watched it with my sister, when I think the time Hugh Jackman goes to the house to apologize or something, not where he gets captured, but it was at the beginning of when he goes to get captured, and my sister's like, oh, this bitch has got something to do with it, isn't it? And I was just like, oh, watch the fucking movie.
Like, I think it kind of sort of clicks when it clicks to Jackman in the movie when the girl's like, you were there, and it's like, well, where else?
Yeah,
could
that's
he
the part
be?
I'm talking about. Sorry.
Yeah,
the part where that
the little girls in the hospital.
But
yeah, definitely. That I think that's the realization. Like, oh wait, shit, where was he then? And then obviously the next thing you see is him rocking back up to the house. It's like, right.
And the other kid that was abducted, that's just trying to bring closure to the other parents. Like, even though he's trying to do it, like the one that shoots himself in the head at the. Yeah, he's just like, all he's trying to do is just like bring closure to the parents so they like stop looking for their kids.
Yeah. Prisoners is fantastic.
It just like sort of just stepped on the gas and didn't really let off.
Fantastic.
I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I've seen it since the cinema when it first came out.
Cinema.
But
I'm a bit young to be watching that thing when it came out.
2014.
Not.
Oh, 2014. I thought it was way older than that.
Oh yeah, it was like
2008.
You're 11.
14, yeah.
It's like 17.
Okay.
Or something.
I thought we were like 10 years old when it came out.
It's a 5 out of 5 to me. It's my favorite film that director's done.
I was gonna say the whole.
I think I gave it 4.5, but I could definitely probably push it to a 5. Like it's in that range. Like just on performance alone. Like obviously, like you've seen Hugh Jackman in a fair amount, and just like I've never seen him like this. Like I think the closest thing to seeing him in such a role like this would have to be Logan. Like
very serious, gritty type.
I like I like the scene he has in the car with Gyllenhaal after like he confronts him from following him. Also, that long take of Dylan, you're in the car with Gyllenhaal as you see Hugh Jackman storming over to the car. It's great.
Yeah.
But
he's just like punching the dash and everything.
Yeah, that's like my favorite Hugh Jackman performance.
Yeah, what
definitely
stuck out in my memory from seeing it years ago. It was the Hugh Jackman method of torture.
The
in the bathtub,
in the
with
shower.
the water.
Yeah.
It's not what you would think of straight away.
He's rigged he rigged the plumbing.
Builds the chamber and everything. Like, yeah.
It's just
what does he say? It's like there's barely enough room for him to sit or something, isn't it?
Yeah, there's barely enough room for him to sit. And like it's the whole thing where it's like the water, he's rigged it so the water's either coming out boiling hot or freezing cold.
Yeah.
And he's like I have to do it this way now because I'll kill you if like any more physical damage and you're gonna die.
Even in that the first scene when like he's after he's captured him and there's like, you know, wailing on him, gets the hammer, even just like the smashing the sink, smashing the wall, like you feel every bit of pain that Jackman is going through. Like, and like you don't condone the method he's chosen, but like you're like, you know what, I feel you.
Yeah, I mean the way the movie carries that across, this moral question in your head while he's torturing him with the boiling water and stuff. It's just like that it's his kid, but yeah. Brilliant crafted.
Always Sunny is on Disney Plus now, thank God.
Yes, very good.
It's here. They're missing 6 episodes, but you know
yeah, definitely honorable mention for the latest season. It's really funny.
I just watched a clip today of the Seinfeld clip, like where they were reminiscing. I think it's a very recent episode. I don't know if that's included, if you've seen it yet. But...
I think if it's the one where it shows like clips, like it's like Seinfeld, that's the last season.
Yeah. But I'm going back from season 1 and watching it.
Very nice.
I do need to jump onto it and watch this.
It's not too much of a spoiler, but the newest season, we'll just say that more than one episode takes place in Ireland.
Okay.
I was watching the podcast that they do, and they said that they're I was watching their podcast this morning, and they were saying that their favorite one, they think the first Ireland episode is one of the best episodes they've done in a while.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree that some of the Ireland episodes are so funny. Like,
but like now it's on Disney Plus because like the whole concept of the podcast they do is they watch. They've gone from season 1, episode 1, and they're gonna do a podcast episode after watching every single episode of the show, and talk about that. So like now I can watch the episode and then watch the podcast. But
very nice.
Which episodes is it from? The episodes that they don't have on
all the blackface ones.
So basically, Dee has a character.
The Danny Glover.
Dee has a character, Martina Martinez, and every instance of that is cancelled. That's like 2 or 3 episodes gone.
And then the Lethal Weapon.
And then the Lethal Weapon.
The Lethal Weapon. What about the one where they're actually black people?
No,
I think that one's fine because there's black actors playing.
Because they've hired black actors. Okay.
Yeah. Funny. The controversy is addressed. So obviously they remake Lethal Weapon, and Mac plays Murtaugh in full blackface, right? And obviously, look, Always Sunny. Although there's a lot of toilet humor, like there is a lot of smart, like political
social commentary,
and I'm not going to say that was a hugely offensive use of it, because the whole point of the episode being how dumb they are, and they are this like lowest common denominator.
The whole point of the show is that the worst people in the world. There's not a moral between all five of them.
Exactly. Right. And their whole argument around the Mac doing it isn't even really the bigger argument. So like, yeah. And in the latest episode, they are remaking Lethal Weapon. And Mac just says, I'm stepping down. I'm respectfully stepping back because of the blackface, obviously.
Yeah.
And Charlie has this line where he's like, but that was the whole point we were making. Like, you know, when they're all arguing about it, and it's like, yep, all right, they got it in at least.
You can't even buy the episodes.
Yeah.
You can't even buy those. Oh, sorry.
The whole point they were making is that it's wrong. Like, yeah.
You can't even buy those episodes on iTunes, just like a single episode. So taking them off iTunes too. Because that's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna watch the whole show on here, and then when it comes to those episodes, I was just gonna like buy the singular episode on iTunes, but they took it off.
So pretty much the only way you're gonna have those
DVD.
episodes is if you bought the DVD.
If you
I
want
have to buy the
Or
box set.
you-
Mine Blu-ray box set coming out.
You can still illegally
Is the Blu-ray
acquire
box set coming
the
out?
cancelled episodes.
No, there isn't. I'm saying I wouldn't mind, but yes, you can
Ah.
still acquire them on the
The
C
web.
stuff.
Yes.
They've been approved to season 18 as well, so they're going
Hell yeah.
strong still.
And only 10 episodes this season, I think.
Yeah, most aren't most
certainly.
seasons. They're not.
I think there are
they're-
a few seasons with like 20 episodes.
Yeah,
wasn't there?
there's a lot of there's multiple big seasons. This latest one is definitely different in that it's shorter. And it works for it. It's great.
It's the live action South Park to me, where it's just like
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
it
so
really
to-
is with the social commentary
yeah.
as well.
I'm watching it with he's showing me Schitt's Creek, and I'm watching this with him. And
Yeah.
Schitt's Creek is really good as well. People should watch.
I've
that.
seen a few episodes of that.
I haven't
Um,
seen it yet. Everyone
I've
loves
heard
it.
that it's good. Yeah.
He picked up on this straight away that they were the worst. He's like, so the joke is that they're the worst people in the world, right? She's like, yeah.
It is like modern Seinfeld in a way.
Yeah, it is. It is really.
But even like, I always thought that season 1 wasn't great, and I thought the show.
Danny
only,
DeVito
like,
quote, baby.
yeah, but season 1's still great. There's still some great episodes in season
There's
1. like, where
really
they-
smart humor in season 1, like well written humor.
where they find the dead body. That's a great episode.
Yep.
Mm.
And
The gun one's a great episode.
the gun one's great.
I just want to bring
All
up that
fired, gun fever, all fired up.
I've just brought it up on Disney Plus on my computer. I don't know why I just started doing it. And I just want to bring attention to the fact of what episode 1 is called.
The gang gets
The
racist.
gang
The
gets
gang
racist.
gets
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah.
And then the next
Look-
one, like Charlie. gets
Charlie-
molested or something.
Charlie
Yeah,
said the
bullshit.
N-word.
the season finale of season 1 is Charlie gets molested,
Yeah.
and then there's
Yep.
also Charlie
And
gets
then Max
cancer.
really offended because the gym teacher. No, Dennis is really offended because the
No,
gym
Max.
teacher.
Max
molested him.
offended that.
Oh, it's
that
Max?
that
'Cause
the
he's like, "What was
gym
wrong
teacher
with me?"
didn't. He's like, well, look, he gets a photo of him as a kid. He goes, look
yeah,
how cute that was.
yeah.
That's
I
funny.
got,
And he's
I'm
like really
definitely
mad
going to
because
jump
like,
on this.
Like
they molested
parallels
them
to
with the
Mr.
McCoy.
Garrison.
Yeah.
Wanting to be
Yeah.
molested.
Because he's like pissed off because they went after the twins. And
The freaks.
Yeah, that's right.
The freaks.
The
Yeah.
McCoys. Was it the
uh,
McCoys?
Like, nah, they're
Yeah.
weak. They know who to target.
It's like Charlie's
and even, like,
crazy.
The ones where what about the episode where Mac is about to get hit by a falling piano and Danny
Oh,
DeVito
yeah.
saves his life by calling, like he yells out to him, but
Yeah.
he calls him a really derogatory word for like the gay people,
Yeah.
and which causes Mac to get out of the way. But then the whole episode is just this argument, like, was he in the right to use a slur? If
Yeah,
Is that
'cause
when they're in, like,
he
the
had to do
boardroom?
it. It had to be done to save a life. So it's okay. You know,
God.
it's like you can cause damage if it's to save a life, you know.
I'm on season 4 at the moment, and I just watched the one where they investigate who pooped the bed.
Yeah.
And like, and DeVito's just like, I did it.
Yeah,
It's
right.
funny.
Yeah.
It's just like, and they were just
I
like,
need
yeah,
to I think, yeah, I'm going to rewatch all of this from season 1 now that's on Disney Plus. Very excited.
Yeah, I'm
one of
gonna
my
start
favorite
watching it.
episodes is when they have to do, after they blow up the building, they got to do community service, and they got to coach the basketball teams. That's so good.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh,
like Charlie
yeah.
comes in as the ref, and he's just swatting all the basketballs away from the
And
kids.
Frank's gambling on the game with all his
Yeah.
Asian businessmen.
And
Yeah.
how can we forget the implication? The implication.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the dentist
That
system.
episode-
It's like, okay, but it sounds like you're saying these women are in danger.
No,
It's like,
they're
no,
not
no,
in
no,
danger.
they're not in danger. They think that
I'm on
maybe.
board. Dennis
if
is
they
the
say
best character in
no.
that show.
Dennis is my
Yeah.
favorite.
Oh,
but then the
you wait
implication comes back.
for Ireland episode. You wait.
The implication comes like the throwback. So you have the implication, but like the gang buys a boat, and then
The
it comes
gang goes
back
to
when
heaven,
the gang's on the
what?
cruise.
Yeah.
When they're in a cruise, and then Max, like Dennis has cornered this woman. He checks her ID, and she's like 1997. Yeah, that's legal. And then he's like, well, because there's nowhere to run. He goes, there isn't anywhere to run.
And it's like the thunder, and he's put his arm up on the door.
Yeah, that's the implication coming back.
It's
Sorry.
it's
But of course,
definitely
nothing
like,
would go wrong.
Hmm?
Of course, nothing would go wrong.
it's one of the best.
Nothing would go wrong.
sitcoms.
She doesn't know
It
that.
is. No, that's right. Michael, I'm keen to hear your thoughts on it when you start watching it.
All right.
I'm going to start watching it again from start as well.
DeVito, fantastic as well.
I just want to
Funny
quote
content.
Island episode as soon as Alex watches it. Very
I might-
quotable moments here.
Well, I haven't seen 14 and 15. They're the two seasons I haven't seen because when it
I
was on
haven't
Amazon
Yeah.
Prime, they only
See,
got
I
to
haven't seen
13.
it from
15's
when
hit-
Dennis
15's hit and miss.
becomes a sex toy. That's the one where I haven't seen from that episode where they replaced Dennis with like a life-size sex doll.
That's
That's
the
a-
first
that's so
episode of
funny.
the season 15, right?
Yeah, it was just like, why is he?
Yeah.
Why is his mouth open?
And then the end of that episode. He's just like, well, hey.
We like Always Sunny,
We do.
We do. We love it. Always Sunny.
If you couldn't tell.
and
Yeah.
that's our show.
Yes. That is.
It's
I'm a
always
Christian.
sunny in Philadelphia.
In Adelaide.
Do you tell people I'm not going to be here for the next couple of weeks because I'm going to Philadelphia. Oh my God. I wonder if there's going to be anything. It's Always Sunny.
Oh my God, it's gonna be sunny.
Philadelphia.
You know they don't.
Right.
I hate to break. They don't film it there.
I know, but they might
No,
have something. They might have like they do the exterior shots.
Is
don't
there a
they?
Patty's? Is there a Patty's pub somewhere? Surely.
You'd
I'm
hope
sure
there
there's
would be.
something named.
You don't want to go to it though.
No, I don't think I'm going to want to go, but I'll stand outside the front of it or something.
You just hear.
So
them
yeah, I'm
yelling.
not going to be here for the next few weeks, but I'm keen to hear everyone message me your thoughts on It's Always Sunny. I'll watch it on the
Will
plane.
do.
Yeah.
Is that actually the end of the show?
Yes. I'm gonna
Anyone
have
else?
to dip. So
Alrighty, everyone. Well, we'll end it here. Thank you all for listening to episode 142 of Millennial Movie Talk. Go check it. Thank you, Jai Perry. We love you, Jai
Thanks,
Perry.
Jai
I can't forget
You're-
about Jai Perry.
You're a main
Oh,
man,
Braden.
Jai Perry.
Braden's save the day
Braden
sometimes.
screaming at us from somewhere. But yes, thank you. You can check us all out on our socials. All the links will be down below. You can look for it yourself. I'm not going to read it out for you. You got eyes. You can do the work. So, with saying that, I'm Alex,
I'm
I'm
Michael.
I'm Christian.
and we're out of here. All right, we're good.
Got
Nice.
step moving
That
around.
freeze frame of you, Alex, should be the thumbnail.
Definitely.
What time is it? 8:30. I've got half an hour to
Yep.
get to the shops.